Hello, welcome to ATV Oil. I'm the ATV Oil guy. My name is Roland. Today I'm going to be talking about the AMSOIL Quickshot fuel stabilizer. We're going to be treating my generator, getting the system cleaned up in the generator. I'm going to mention to you why we're doing it. We're going to talk about the benefits of the AMSOIL Quickshot. Why do we need stabilizer in our gas today? Because gas has a lot of ethanol in it nowadays. They start mixing ethanol in with gasoline because it's a savings. So we're not using as much oil. And ethanol is made from corn. So they're saving money on oil for sure. But that comes with a problem. So in our small engines, our 2 strokes, 4 strokes specifically, if you're not using those equipment very often, that ethanol, so what it does is it grabs water from the air. So every time you open your gas cap and you add fuel, water gets into your gas because that ethanol is absorbing the humidity out of the air. And what happens after a long time, so like my generator, it hasn't ran in 2.5 months now, but there's times when you may not even use your generator for like a year. And what happens is you get water in your fuel, and the water goes to the bottom and the gas sits on top. So now you have water running through your fuel system on the next setup. That's not good. What's even worse is if you don't run it very often at all, like I said, if it's sitting like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, that water gets gummy and turns into like a varnish. And then that runs through your fuel system, plugs everything up. And that's exactly what happened to me with my generator. We had a major ice storm about 2.5 months ago. We had no electricity for 2.5 days roughly. So it was running great. But on the second day, the generator coughed out on me and there was fuel on the floor. So I was like, well, what's going on here? So what happened was I had some water in my system that got varnishy. I'm getting little bits of varnish. And I'm going to show you a picture of what that looks like. So I figure a bit of those dirt particles got caught between the needle and the seat where it goes, and it flooded my carburetor. The bowl filled up with gas, the carburetor filled up with gas. It was leaking out on the floor. It flooded itself and it shut off. So what I did next was I turned off the fuel system to the carburetor on the generator, started it up, ran the carburetor, and when I could tell it was kind of dried out, I turned the fuel back on and I was okay. But that happened 3 times. We can't have our generator not running when we need hydro. We got to keep our freezer running. It was winter. We had to keep the furnace running. It doesn't work. So we need a good fuel stabilizer that's going to clean the system and keep it maintained over time for that generator. I'm also going to be using it on my Stihl MS271 because this winter we won't be burning as much wood as we normally do. So I don't have a need to cut more wood and split more wood for our heating. So that chainsaw won't be being used as much. The smaller one I still use often here and there, cleaning up branches and stuff. We have a lot of trees on our property. And during that ice storm, actually a lot of trees covered my driveway. And I had to use the 271 to clean that all up. But that doesn't happen very often. That's like the second time in 8 years that we've had trees across our driveway I had to clean up. I can't express how important it is to keep your fuel clean. And I believe that AMSOIL Quickshot is the best stabilizer out there. So with that being said, we're going to go over to the generator now, and we're going to treat the fuel that's in there. Now that generator has 15 liters of fuel in it. So we don't need all of this. This is 8 ounces, or let's say 236 milliliters. This is good for 22 liters of fuel, and I only have 15 liters of fuel. So I did a little math, and here's a little tip for you. If you go to Google search, there's AI now, artificial intelligence. It's great to have. So I just typed in, I did the math on it, typed in what I needed, and it told me that I only need 156 milliliters of the Quickshot. So this here is 236 milliliters. So I just did some quick math on Google AI, and you can do it. It's that simple. And I figure I marked the bottle here. So I'll pour out all this AMSOIL Quickshot till I get to about this level here. And I know that's exactly what I need to treat my 15 liters of fuel in there. And then I'll have a little bit extra for treating the chainsaw on that. But let's go over and check out that generator and let's treat that fuel. Here's my King Canada 9,000 watt generator. Got the fuel gauge here on the top. It's half full, holds 30 liters of fuel. It's half. So we have 15 liters of fuel in there. So we're going to open up our AMSOIL Quickshot and we're going to start adding it to the fuel. Now I'll leave a link below this video where you can go buy some AMSOIL Quickshot. And if you have lots of equipment like I do, I got ATV, side-by-side, generator, I have lawnmowers, I have chainsaws, trimmers, everything. You might want to look at the preferred customer program. That's where you're going to get your best savings, up to 25% off your order. And you get free shipping if you order $100 worth US or 130 Canadian in product. There we go. We added our 156 milliliters of AMSOIL Quickshot. Actually, I think I may have gave it a little bit more, but that's okay. It's not a bad thing, right? I just have a little less for other equipment right now. So now I'm going to start this up, but I'll do it after the video. And we're going to let this run for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, get this AMSOIL Quickshot through our whole fuel system. So now I want to explain something to you. So we're doing a cleaning. This is supposed to go through the system and clean out the carburetor, the fuel lines, everything, the combustion chamber, and it's supposed to clean out the fuel system completely. So say now we go through that whole 15 liters of fuel, half a tank of fuel, that'll clean the whole system, right? Now, I'm going to make sure that I start up that generator once a month and let it run for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and get that Quickshot through the system. And you should run your generator once a month for that amount of time because you keep it running constantly. That way, it doesn't give the ethanol time to settle in the bottom of your fuel. You're running everything all through there and you're keeping it fresh. You're adding fresh fuel too. So what we're doing right now is a cleanup. So for you, if you have more fuel in whatever piece of equipment you have, this bottle here is good for 6 gallons of fuel. So one 8-ounce bottle is good for 6 gallons of fuel. I'm not going to confuse it by going back and forth between liters and gallons, even though I already did. After that, you do that initial cleaning through your equipment, your system, your fuel system. You will then need only one bottle for 12 gallons of fuel. It'll go twice as far. So that's a good thing to do it on a regular routine. So like I said, I'll be starting this generator up once a month. I don't know how I went 2.5 months without starting it. But from now on, once a month, we're going to keep this AMSOIL Quickshot in the system, keep it doing its job. Again, you can find a link to AMSOIL Quickshot below this video. And if you have a lot of equipment like me, I have chainsaws, trimmers, generator, I got an ATV, side-by-side, lawnmowers, zero turn. You want to protect it with AMSOIL Quickshot fuel stabilizer. And when you have a lot of equipment, you're better off to use the preferred customer program where you can save up to 25% off your product. You get free shipping on a $100 order US or 130 Canadian. So you get free shipping there, you save money. You can't beat the preferred customer program. I'll leave a link below for the preferred customer program below this video as well. If this video helped you, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos, how-to videos, doing maintenance, changing oil on equipment, all that sort of thing, teaching you more about the AMSOIL products. So stick around. I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next video.